31, and looks like this one's getting out of hand real quick for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Raiders did a great third quarter. 6 of 11 shooting, 2 of 4 from three-point land. West 2 of 8, 0 of 4, and 5 turnovers. This game was reasonably close at halftime. The Raiders hold the first single-digit quarter of the night, 7 points for West in the third.
Smith on the right side. Gesner at the top of the key, gets by his defender, hands off to Nelson.
They're trying to flash out against Nelson, but these switches are killing him.
Nelson dribbles in. Nice ball movement. Nathaniel's 3 on the way. Missed it off the left side. No good.
Good sequence that time, though. They got a good shot.
Bronke on the left wing. Tries to go baseline. Cut off by Coyne. Met by 4 Railers. Lob out high to Ortiz. Swinging around the right side. Spencer Sebring into the contest for the first time.
You know, the 7 people from West who showed up as fans are now leaving.
3 from Bronke. That's too strong. Ball hits the court, picked up by Bronke. He'll go down, pull it up from 15. That's off, no good. Van Hook high for the rebound.
Really high for the rebound. Yeah, it looks like West is really putting some pressure on us, too. Number 10 here guarding Nelson Ortiz. Looks like a nice little running back.
Yeah, he does. He's stocky, and he doesn't look like he'll take any quarter. Nelson's a head taller than him, too, which is really kind of odd.
Lob play from Nelson to
Nice.
Christian. He goes up with a jam.
Wow, nice pass. That's what you got to do. Nelson put it right at the rim.
Yeah, beautiful pass.
Yeah, and it's hard to do for people who watch. It's not as easy as just tossing it up there. It's got to be timed right, and it's got to be exactly in the right place.
53-31.
We still want to fall in love with that shot, but boy, it's there.
Sebring's 3 just barely grabs rim.
And then it immediately let go.
Yes, Nelson throws it away. It'll go back to West.
And Railers starting to do a little bench emptying, but this is good experience. They're bringing in Matt Hayes to play with 5 starters, or with 5 of the regulars. Gives him a chance to see what he can do with the first team instead of with the second.
6 minutes to go in this contest. Railers up by 22. That's what their average margin of victory is so far this season.
Hard to believe.
Ortiz, the lefty 3 from the right side, is good.
Well, he shoots it from the hip, but it went in.
53-34.
A 7-possession game, Jeff.
Nelson looks like he's just waiting to take Ortiz. Over on the left side, Nathaniel's going to drive by Sebring. Kicks it back out to Hayes. Nelson raises up for 3 on the way. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound to the Wildcats.
Raiders need to take care of the basketball here. The time is their ally.
Nice by Hayes.
Nice shot.
With a nice steal there, Jeff.
Smith looks ahead. Gesner in the corner.
Nice
look. Nice cut. Nathaniel missed the layup.
Yeah, he's a little off balance, and big kid got in his face.
5 minutes to go. Railers' lead is 19, 53-34.
Thing you see that you really love about Lincoln, they're still relentless on defense, even though they're up 20.
Burrow looks to try and make a move, and Christian's going to be whistled for the reach-in. I think he had him fouled about 4 or 5 seconds before they blew the whistle, hoping that he wouldn't have to call it, but eventually he did.
Well, and in Christian's, if he doesn't beat the guy to the spot, he's just got to stay behind him. Use your height, use your length to disrupt the shot, and also, trying to block the shot. He just kind of reached down and tried to steal the basketball away from him. Well, he's too good of a leaper, too good of a shot blocker, or can cause enough problems with his hands straight up that he doesn't need to reach in.
Yeah, his defensive space is up in the air above his head. Move your feet, keep your hands up high, and he'll get plenty of block.
Nelson and Smitty both come out. That's probably the last we'll see of them tonight as Burrow makes the second one.
Nathaniel looks beat. He's left it all out in the court tonight.
53-36. Olsen, Hayes, Gesner, Van Hook, and Kirby on the floor for the Railers. Kirby on the left wing. Back on top to Olsen, now to Hayes. Hayes hands off to Gesner. Gesner comes around the screen, pulls up from 18 on the way. Is good.
Nice shot. They give him a 2 on that?
2.
Jordan Gesner now with 5. Ortiz and Bronke working into the front court for Coach Brian Couples. West looks like they're going to drop to 2 and 4 on the season. They won their first 2, and then not so much luck after that.
Yeah, it's an interesting team. They're going to have a long year, I think.
Monks out to Ortiz. Bronke fires up a three. That's off no good. Sebring there for the putback. Fires it up a little too hard. Knocked out of bounds by Van Hook, but they're going to say last touch by Normal West.
Gotta like that.
3:52 to go. Railers up 55-36.
In a fast basketball game, Jeff. 55 minutes is all.
Ball dribble out of bounds. Jake looking at the official, looking at Bronke like, it wasn't my foot.
I don't know if that was for the coaching staff, but it was clearly off his own foot. Jake's looked good tonight.
Skip pass across to Sebring underneath Bull. Wide open turns from 10. Didn't get the bounce. Rebound down to Van Hook.
Nice rebound by Christian that time.
Yeah, Christian has been doing a good job, not only the game, but all year of rebounding.
Yep, that's what they need. Ben Bratney's 10 rebounds a game or close to it, or what was really missed coming in.
And a foul is going to be whistled on Monks.
Matt Hayes has looked good out here. He's looked good defensively. Offensively, seems to be in the right place. He's not trying to force anything, just letting the game come to him. Sometimes when you don't play a lot, you get out there, you play it at too fast a pace, almost a hyper speed, and he's not done that.
Andy Cruz checks in. Matt Hayes at the line, one and bonus free throw on the way. Rattles out, no good.
Boy, if you say one thing about this team that they're not doing well, it's shooting free throws.
On the right side, try to get it underneath, taken away by Austin Kirby. Austin ahead to Gesner. Gesner 1-on-2, he'll back it out. Now on top to Olson. 3 minutes to go, Railers on top. Ball tipped out of bounds.
Pretty much, this is next year's varsity team right here.
Yeah.
With Van Hook on the floor, and that's so it'll be interesting to see how they play.
Austin, top of the key, thought about it, didn't take it.
Very disciplined there. You're not going to take that three at 3 minutes left.
Gesner working against Ortiz.
Too much dribbling.
Taken away. Looks ahead. Monks with the catch and the lay-in. Well, the scoreboard has it 56-38. I think it should be 55-38. I think they gave Matt credit for making a free throw when he missed it.
Yeah, because it was 55. And I've never known you to make a scoring mistake, Jeff, in 10 years. You really don't ever make mistakes. Every year they correct the scoreboard to your score. So
the only time I ever missed a basket was when I was wearing a uniform in school. And I was good at that.
That was the bad. Yeah, that's the bad part.
That's where you learn to be such a good scorer, sitting on the end of the bench charting.
That's right.
So did I, Jeff. So did I.
8 seconds to go. Okay, we can put him in now. Kirby hands off to Jordan. Comes around. Curl. Jumper. Left it short.
Sure had a good look that time.
Goes in. Austin's going to be whistled for the foul as Bronke took it strong to the basket.
You could say he bucked him, Jeff.
You could.
You know, guys, also, you think of the job that we did on Austin Stewart tonight. I mean, he hasn't done anything really to the tune of 25 points anyway. 7.
Yep,
7 points and average 25, and he hasn't been playing bad competition. He went to Champaign Central last night and put up 20. He had 37, I believe, on
in the inner city.
Yes, on the inner city tournament.
That's always intense.
Bloomington High School. That's Normal Community. U High, Central Catholic.
Yeah.
The Railers did a great job against Stewart.
Yeah, the inner city tournament in Bloomington's always a battle.
1 of 2 free throws for Bronke. 55-39. Hayes drives to the basket. Nice move. Nice. It up with the left hand and good.
Nice job with the left hand. Stayed with it. Took it right to the rim. Used it to keep the defender off.
Approaching a minute and a half. Nice job as Andy Cruz steps in front of an errant pass from Ortiz.
Well, a very good road victory, Jeff. Looks like the Rails will break 60 again. Really shut Normal down in the second half. 15 points total for their half so far.
Jake almost loses control of the dribble.
A little bit of assault going on out there.
And again, that's the danger. And then Austin with the defensive back knockdown of the wide receiver going across the middle.
Well, the Railers have gotten their 2 cents worth tonight on obvious fouls.
Well, he's just helping out Jake. You know, it looked like Jake was getting a pretty well hold of, you know,
if there'd been a cop in the building, the kid guarding Jake might have been in jail.
Now they have it down to 57-39, and I can sleep well tonight.
As it is, I think a couple of these officials have gone to Castle Manor and gone to sleep.
Ortiz misses the free throw, rebound knocked out of bounds, so the Railers with 1:09 to go.
Assisted living may be appropriate for them.
That's right.
Olsen will walk the dribble into the front court as we hit 1 minute. Railers going to move to 6-0 on the season. Oh, Gesner, and then...
and he called it intentional.
Yeah, you saw that. It was coming.
Yeah, but before a fight, called an intentional foul on Ortiz. He really popped Austin, and I mean, I think it went both ways, but Ortiz really fired that elbow. You know, and we've talked in games like this, you let the kids play until they prove that they're not mature enough to play, and then you got to start calling stuff. In that case, a little frustration on both sides. Ortiz played pretty physical. He's got to figure that he's going to get hit. And the normal West fans can complain all they want, but that call didn't put him down 20.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's interesting, Josh. You talked about Austin's foul out here at half court, kind of backing up Jake.
Right.
Well, now Ortiz comes back and kind of goes after Austin. So, as Tom said, the official has to make the call to stop things where they're at.
Right. And you know, that's it wasn't it was an intentional foul. Don't get me wrong. He put his elbow right into his chest, but Austin did a good job. That was a good screen, and he said he took the screen well.
It was, and I tell you, Austin also did a good job by not retaliating.
Ball tipped away. Can Sebring track it down? He can. He'll go in for the layup.
This game's getting pretty chippy, Jeff. He got banged pretty hard there.
59-41, but approaching 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, you like the fact that Austin took the blow and walked away.
Yep.
And that's discipline, and that's what the Railers have.
Hayes drives in. Nice move to the basket and missed an easy bunny.
Yeah, good move by Hayes. He's done that twice now and made the left-handed one and missed the easier right-handed one.
He played for the Vikings. He'd be in purple.
Whoa. I'm not sure if that was a three or a lob. A wild-looking layup shot. When did the horse competition break out? I'm not sure.
Well, I got to tell you, I did not count that as a shot.
Good W.
Railers with the victory as the final seconds tick away. Lincoln wins 59-41, improving to 6-0 on the season. Lincoln wins by 18. We'll be back with a post-game show in just a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.